Good morning, class. How are you today? Okay, very good. Nice to hear that you are all doing great this morning. So to formally start our class, may I call on our prayer leader to please lead the prayer. Amen. So thank you so much, group number 1. Now let us move on to our attendance report. Okay, group number 1, attendance please. Who is the absent? Who are the absent in your group? Okay, so you don't have any absent. Next, group 2. Okay, you are also complete. How about group 3? Okay, you have 2 absentees this morning. And who are those? Okay, you have there Stephanie, Marianne, and Jessica. Okay, next, how about group 4? You don't have. Very good. How about group 5? Okay, you also have 1. Okay, you have 1 absent for this morning. So, okay, so I guess that's it. Okay, so yesterday we discussed all about the elements of a short story. So again, what are those elements of a short story? Can you still recall? Can you give me one? Yes, Danny. Okay, we have the characters of the story. When we say characters, what is characters pertaining to? Yes, Regine? These are people or the animal that takes part in the story. Next element. Oh yes, very good. Yes, Angelic. We have the setting that pertains to, yes, Joanna. Okay, pertains to the time and place where do the story takes place or happen. Next. Yes, Jessie. We have, okay, very good. We have the conflict. Okay, conflict pertains to, yes, Ian, pertains to the problem in the story. Next, we have, okay, very good. We have the plot that pertains to the sequence or the series of event in this story. And last, we have what element? Okay, very good. Very good, Angelica. We have team. When we say team, what is that? Alexis, that is the central idea or the belief in a short story. Okay, thank you so much. Again, what are those 5 elements of a short story? Okay, very good. So, you get it all. So, now, in order to apply what you have learned yesterday, we are going to read a story. I want you to look at the board and share your ideas or insight on what you can see in the picture. I have here a picture. So, what can you see in the picture? What can you see here? Yes, Marlon. Okay, we have here lots of twigs, lots of trees. And we also have, very good, we have an old woman and a young man. So, after taking a look to the picture, what do you think is this story all about? Our story all about, based on this picture. Yes, Kathleen? It is all about, oh yes, maybe this is all about the unconditional love of an old woman to a young man. Okay, very good. Age really doesn't matter. How about the others? Yes, Precious? Yes, you're raising your hand. Okay, very good. This may be all about the unconditional love of a young man to his mother that is already old. Okay, so let us see if all of your guess and prediction when it comes to our story is really true. So, I have here a copy of a story. Our story for today entitled The Aged Mother. Again, what is the title? The Aged Mother. Very good. Again, one more time. Alright, very good. The Aged Mother is written by Matsuo Basho. Basho. This is the writer of The Aged Mother. So this is the title. I will write it in the board. Okay, that is the title of our story. So this is the author. So Matsuo Basho is one of the well-known Japanese writer, a poet during his time, and also known as the greatest master of the poem, or the type of poem which is the haiku. So I have here the copies of our story, The Aged Mother. So I want you to distribute and get one each row. Okay? Okay, please distribute. Okay. Okay, all already have their own copies? Okay, very good. So now I want you to be with me as I read the story because I will going to ask you randomly a question and that would be equivalent to 5 points in your index card in the oral recitation section. So let's get started. Are you ready? Okay, very good. So long ago, there are young man and old widowed mother living at the foot of the mountain. They owned a bit of land which supplied them with food and were humble, peaceful, and happy. They are living a happy life. But Shining was governed by a despotic leader who thought a warrior had a great and cowardly shrinking from anything suggestive of failing health and strength. This caused him to send out a cruel proclamation of putting to death all the aged people in their place. Those were barbarous days, and the custom of abandoning old people to die was uncommon during the time. So the poor farmer loved his mother with tender reverence, and the order filled his heart with sorrow. But no one ever thought twice of disobeying the order of the governor. So the young man here loved his mother very much, but it contradicts to what the governor wants to happen. So what do you think the young man, the son of this aged mother, will going to do? What do you think? Yes, Alexis. Okay, maybe he will going to obey to the order of the governor, or maybe, yes, very good, Kathleen. Maybe they will going to go in other place. Okay, so let's see if your guess is 2. So with many deep and hopeless sighs, the youth prepared for what at the time was considered the kindest mode of death. Just at sundown, when his day's work was ended, he took a quantity of unwhitened rice, which was the principal food for the poor, and he cooked, dried it, and tied it in a square cloth. Then he lifted his helpless old mother to his back and started in his painful journey up the mountain. The eyes of the old mother were not so dim that they noted the reckless hastening from one path to another, and her loving heart grew anxious. Her son did not know the mountain's many paths, and his return might be one of danger. So what do you think? What do you think the aged mother will going to do next? Knowing the possible risk that his son will going to face after his journey up on the mountain. Maybe the mother will going to make such a way in order to help his son, right? Okay, maybe. So what is that way? Let's find out. The mother stretched forth her hand and snapped the twigs from rushes as they passed. She quietly handful every few steps of the way so that as they climbed, the narrow path behind them was dotted at frequent intervals with tiny piles of twigs. At the last, the summit was reached. Weary and heartsick, the youth gently released his burden and silently prepared a place of comfort as his last duty to the loved one. He wrapped her padded coat more closely about the stooping shoulders. With tearful eyes and an aching heart, he said his farewell to his mother. The trembling mother's voice was full of unselfish love and gave his son the last instruction. Let thine eyes be blinded, my son, she said. The mountain road is full of dangers. Look carefully and follow the path which holds the piles of trees. They will guide you to the unfamiliar path farther down. The son is so surprised to what his mother did, making him to change his mind. And he decided to go back down the mountain together with his mother, even though that would result for his death. So, in that, once more, he shouldered his burden and hastened down the path through the shadows and the moonlight to the little hut in the valley where he hid his aged mother. The son hid his mother, supplying her with everything she needed. Time passed and he was beginning to feel safe when again the governor sent forth heralds bearing an unreasonable order, seemingly as the boast of his power. His demand was that his subject should present him with a robe of ashes. Again, what is that? What do the governor want his subject to do? He wants the subject or the citizen of their place to present a robe of ashes. Do you think is it possible? Okay, that is impossible. A robe of ashes. The entire province trembled with dread. The order must be obeyed, yet who in all shining could make a robe of ashes? One night, in great distress, the son whispered the news to his hidden mother. Wait, she said, I will think, I will think. On the second day, she told him on what to do. Make a rope of twisted straw, she said. Then stretch it upon a row of flat stones and burn it on a windless night. He called the people together and did as she said, and when the blaze died down, there upon the stones, with every twist and fiber showing perfectly, lay a rope of ashes. The governor was pleased at the wit of the youth and praised greatly, but he demanded to know where he had obtained his wisdom. Alas, alas, cried the farmer, the truth must be told. And with deep bows, he related his story. The governor listened and then meditated in silence. Finally, he lifted his head. Shining needs more than strength of you, he said gravely. Ah, that I should have forgotten the well-known saying, with the crown of snow, there cometh wisdom. That very hour the cruel law was abolished, and custom drifted into as far a past that only legends remain. Okay, so that is the story of the aged mother. So now let us proceed to your prediction earlier. Is your prediction earlier right to the story? Is it all about the couple? No, very good. It is all about the unconditional love of a son to his mother, as well as the love to his mother, of the mother to his son. Now, if you are the son of the aged mother, would you do the same thing like the son did to his mother, just to save his mother to the order of the governor? Would you do the same thing? Yes, Danny. Yes, Danny, go. Okay, you will also do the same thing. Now, what is the moral of the story? What does the story trying to say or trying to give us a lesson? What is that lesson? Yes. Yes. And Christine. Okay, very good. So the story tries and gives us a lesson like the wisdom and the elders of our community are important as how significant or important our youth. Because if there is no elders, there is no youths. And the elders is the foundation of our wisdom. Very good. Nice try, Christine. Next. Now, how can you apply those learning? How can you able to value our elders? How you will going to give them importance? Yes, Regine. Okay, you will going to pay respect to them. You will. Okay, very good. So, now let us proceed to the governor. What can you say to the attitude of the governor? Do you think, Danny, the governor is good or bad? Okay, that is your own perspective. Maybe he is good in some way, and he is also bad in other way. So now, I have here, I hope you all able to listen to our story carefully. I have here 5 questions, and I want you to answer it in 1/2 sheet of a bond paper, crosswise. Okay, I will going to post it here. Okay, I will going to get your paper. I will give you 10 minutes before we dismiss our class. So the timer starts now. Okay, time's up. So I guess we are all settled. So pass your papers at the count of 5 in the front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All papers are here. Okay, very good. So, I guess that would be all for today. Goodbye, class. Okay, thank you so much for being with me today. Class dismissed.